Startup Podcast PH is co-produced by Sprout Solutions. Check out our partners in the description. Startup Podcast PH is at the TBI office of Tara Agri Aqua and Navigato here in Caraga State University, and we're interviewing Caraga-based startups. In this episode, we have Lato plus Liquid Foliar Biofertilizer and its founders, Jesril Paulite and Melanie Lisayan. Hello, kamusta?
Morning, sir.
Ayan, so grabe, foliar biofertilizer. Medyo wala akong idea sa kung ano ito, no? Pero I hope you can give some light kung ano nga ba ito, no? So ano nga ba ang Lato plus Liquid Foliar Biofertilizer?
Lato plus liquid foliar biofertilizer. This product, we started this in 2021 kasi nasa academy po kasi kami. So one of our fourfold function is the production. So the patent search, it started in 2021, then na-approve ang application namin in 2022. Ang Lato, the idea na ginamit namin as Lato kasi Surigao del Sur is one of the provinces wherein mataas yung coastal areas and abundant ang supply ng Lato. And another thing is one of the materials that or ingredients used in this product is the matured coconut water. Kasi basically, ang matured coconut water, yung sa kopra, tinatanggal yon, it's a waste. Hindi naman pwede namin gagamitin yung nasa immature, yung sa buko, kasi it's a competition with the market. So yung ginamit namin is yung waste na ng kopra na water, saka yun yung mga materials. We add on a lactobacillus, one of the probiotics. In fact, this product pwede siyang inumin. At the same time, as probiotic,
Wow.
at the same time, biofertilizer.
Oh.
Pero we apply this for biofertilizer in our patent. Pero pwede siyang inumin.
Oh.
Kasi meron naman siyang lactobacillus. I pure cultured the product coming from commercial product. And at the same time, meron kaming ina-add on, kaya tinawag namin Lato Plus. Yung foliar na liquid biofertilizer. Kasi merong mga addition to increase the nutrient content of the product.
Ayun. Salamat sa pag-explain, ano. So actually, thank you very much for that explanation. Pero first of all, you're from the academe, so your faculty members
po.
from the Northeastern Mindanao State University. Sige pa, introduce muna po. So what department kayo?
We are from the College of Forestry, Agriculture, and Aquatic Sciences, or CFAAS, of Northeastern Mindanao State University. I am a associate professor too, and my partner as co-inventee is an agronomist by profession. I am handling crop protection subject and horticulture subject, and
I'm handling crop production.
Oh. So, I have to say, no, I'm from Manila kasi medyo hindi talaga familiar sa mga ganitong ano, no. So, can you, I'm curious a bit lang, like, how do you do the teaching of these subjects? So, do you also go out there? Of course, you teach a classroom, ano, pero do you also like have parang mga hands-on, mga field na ano?
Kasi iba yung system sa UP. Ang sa amin naman is we are given 21 units load per week, and the rest is devoted for, or pwede namang deloaded ka ng research, 3 units, 3 units na extension, at saka pwede naman 3 units for production. So that is just an equivalent of 3 hours per week. No, kaya ang teaching, we are in the academy, we are functioning as we are doing the fourfold function: instruction, research, extension, and production. Unlike UP, meron talagang nagre-research, meron talagang nag-i-extension, at saka meron talagang nagpo-produce.
Yes, although sa UP, usually, yun nga, meron mga research talaga. Pero, like for example, I'm a faculty rin. I have I have instruction, teaching, research, and then admin, and then
Mm.
extension. Pero ano yung production pala? I'm not familiar with that.
Ang production is pwede naman na you are in product of the research na pwedeng
Oh.
gawin na income ng university. Pwede naman
Oh.
through publication of your book. Kung
Oh.
mabebenta, yung income ng university. Or meron kang technology na na-develop at pwedeng i-commercialize, pwede yun as production.
Oh, amazing, amazing. Ganun palang setup sa mga state university
Yes.
Opo.
Yeah, so itong Sila to plus Liquid ay part of your research and production, kumbaga.
Production actually, sir. Research, kasi ini-introduce before we apply for patent, ginagamit na namin for our students as one of their treatments in their thesis. Then we develop the product based on the results of their study. Then the best mix na nakita namin sa result is yun yung in-apply namin for patent.
Oh,
Mm.
galing. I'm inspired kasi ito yung mga research na talagang nagagamit, yung talagang talagang of course it's research, matindi yung pinagdadaanan niyan na science, yung rigor ng science, and then i-develop niya siya into a usable product. And now you're here in the Tara Agri Aqua TBI on your road to commercialization. So talagang yun yung buong road ng product development, so research, and then matinding pagte-test, matinding pagkukumpuni, ano ba yung tamang formulation, and then pag okay na siya, of course with the help of your students, and then you're gonna turn it into a business na Pero let's talk muna about so Sila to plus Liquid Foliar Biofertilizer. I-dissect muna natin, and pag-uusapan na rin natin yung kumbaga problem that you're solving as a startup. So, first of all, ano ba ang ibig sabihin ng foliar biofertilizer? Ano nga ba ang biofertilizer?
Biofertilizer, marami kasing depende yun sa context. But in our end, biofertilizer yung ginagamit namin is because we are utilizing living organisms. And at the same time, we are also mixing or introducing as part of the ingredients of our material, yung lactobacillus, which is also a living organism. A gram-positive
Yung
na
Yakult, diba?
bacteria. Na po. Yan yung sa Yakult, kaso nga lang, hindi naman pwede gamitin yung product ng Yakult kasi meron na siyang addition sa kanyang ingredients. So, we opted to culture the bacteria coming from the product. Then, saka namin i-introduce para makita namin if ma-standardize yung bacterium or bacteria na present doon sa product.
So, as a fertilizer, ano yung parang advantage niya?
Ang advantage niya, kasi as we all know, over-reliance of the use of inorganic fertilizer, hindi lang siya nakakasira ng lupa, hindi lang siya nakakasira ng environment. At the same time, over-reliance of synthetic na mga fertilizer and pesticides will eventually affects our health.
Oh. So
Organic.
So, as fertilizer, ito yung ginagamit, of course, na fertilizer sa mga tanim, and then, kapag yung fertilizer mo is inorganic or synthetic, naapektuhan din niya yung crop mismo, right? Nakakainin mismo ng tao. So, may effect yun sa tao. Is that right? So, ngayon, ito is organic. And ano yung advantage of using the probiotics, the lactobacilli?
Kasi one of the problems in producing crop is pests and diseases. And some of the diseases are caused by bacteria or fungi. And we are introducing the gram-positive or the good bacterium in our product that also in literature, it combats with the presence of this pathogen. So aside from reducing the susceptibility and increasing the increasing the resistance of our crop to pests and diseases, we are also reducing the susceptibility of our crop.
So basically, naghanap kayo ng alternative materials or ingredients to make a fertilizer na organic. Pero andun pa rin yung functions niya na the fertilizer should firstly pest resistant, tama ba?
it can helps.
It
It
helps resist pests.
mm-mm,
And also, it works as a fertilizer na
mm-mm,
nabibigay ng nutrition yung crops.
mm-mm.
Ano.
And one of the problems kasi sa atin, sir, is ganito. Some of our commodity are mga leafy vegetable and they are short term. For example, pechay, it took to 45 days. And judicious use of pesticides and fertilizer in the crop, hindi naman natin hinugasan yung or tinatanggal yung upper epidermis ng dahon wherein doon nagsistick yung mga component ng chemicals. So, kinakain pati natin yung pesticides. Kinakain pati natin yung mga residue ng mga fertilizers, ng
Oh
mga
my God.
inorganic fertilizers. So, we are thinking na kumakain tayo ng gulay kasi good for our health. But we set aside the elements that the pesticide also stick on the crop and that the residue affects our health also.
Magandang kaalaman yan. Actually, as a person na medyo lumaki sa city, totoo naman, wala akong pakialam din talaga kung ano yung kinakain ko. Alam ko lang gulay yan na nabili ko maybe sa grocery. I think na healthy yan, ano? Pero may possibility na hindi pala siya ganun ka-healthy kasi nga, nakakain ko rin yung inorganic na or na fertilizer, ano.
Kasi sa actual na setup, sir, if pupunta ka sa mga farm, ang farmer mismo ay hindi gaanong kumakain or kumukonsumo sa kanilang produce because they knew or they know what they applied. Ang iba naman is yung reality, yung mga farmers natin, yung ano lang yung natira, yung mga class B, class C, yun lang sa kanila. Yung mga class A, yung mga magaganda ang quality doon sa market. Pero kung titingnan natin, ang mga farmer, yung kinakain is ang class C, wherein kulubot, merong mga kinainan na ng insekto. So, meaning, yung natira sa kanila ay yun yung mas safe.
Yeah, gets.
Oo, yun yung mas safe kasi buhay nga yung mga uod na nasa loob ng mga gulay meaning
organic siya at least. I mean,
hindi ganun ka toxic yung na-receive ng commodity. Unlike doon sa yung mga magaganda na halos paliguan ng mga chemicals.
Oh, grabe. I mean, for me, very big, actually, baka life-changing realization nga to. True. Kasi, para siyang trade-off na yung mga plants, and by the way, anong mga crops ba usually yung mga tinatanim dito na pwede nyong gamitan ng fertilizer? Or any crop ba to?
Leafy vegetables. Cucumber. Soybeans. We applied it in soybeans. And banana.
Lettuce.
Pero ayun yun yung parang trade-off niya na if you're gonna make crops, if you're gonna plant crops na market ready, you have to kailangan paliguan ng mga fertilizer. Pero ang drawback is may mga chemicals siya na maaari maka-affect sa health ng tao. Ngayon naman, if you don't put too much fertilizers, hindi siya ganun ka market kaganda, no, in terms of itsura. Pero wala siyang chemical, so possibly na safe siya, no, na okay siya. So ngayon, dito ko pupasok si Lato plus liquid foliar biofertilizer kasi this is a fertilizer na reduced yung chemicals or actually walang chemicals, right? Pero pwede siya maging market, pwede maging maganda itsura ng plant na market ready siya. So yeah, let's talk about the fertilizer, ano. And anong ulit ang lato? Actually, I'm not familiar with lato.
Lato is a seaweed. One of the seaweed species abundant in Surigao del Sur or in Caraga region. The scientific name is Caulerpa lentilifera. Yun yung abundant. Isa sa mga cultured na mga seaweed.
So may mga seaweed farms dito, may mga lato farms
sa Surigao del Sur, meron pa madami. In fact, one of our campuses, which is in Lianga campus, meron talaga silang mga beneficiary na mga farmers, fisher folks, na nagkukulture talaga ng lato. Which is, this is a good avenue also for us nga meron kaming pagkukunan na source. ng lato.
Itong si lato, kung hindi nyo siya gagamitin, ano yung usual na gamit niya?
For consumption talaga po. Kinakain. For salad.
Yeah. Hindi ako ganun ka ano. Pero yeah, parang na-try, alam ko pala siya. Pero parang ang gandang i-vlog no nung mga lato farms na yun. No? Para makita natin yung mismong manufacturing nung fertilizer na nagsimula siya sa lato, ginagawa siya doon, and then yung manufacture nyo, gagawin niya siya fertilizer, and then ibebenta into the market. So speaking about that, so paano ginagawa yung fertilizer from the lato? And paano ginagawa yung fertilizer basically?
We can disclose some the procedure, but as to the volume and the weight, hindi po pwede namin i-disclose. First is we undergo aerobic fermentation. As I said, we are using the matured coconut water. Then we use the lato. We blend. We macerated the lato. Then i-add on doon sa water ng coconut. Then we add on also the pasteurized molasses, a sugar source ng bacterium or bacteria. Then we add on the lactobacillus na pure culture. Then meron kaming dinedevelop ngayon na naglalagay kami ng extract coming from malunggay. So para additional na nutrients pa rin. Pero yung ginagamit namin, sir, is yung sa stalk or sa stem. Kasi hindi pwede gamitin yung dahon. Kasi magiging kompetensya kami for the market. Kasi pwede ginagamit kasi yung dahon sa supplement. Yung natira, after natin na tinatanggal yung dahon, yung stem, yun yung ginagamit namin. Kasi waste na talaga yun. Then, yun, finiferment namin siya for 21 days. Then, we sieve, sinasala namin, then nilalagay sa container.
Meron kayong parang production facility here? Or in the school?
Meron lang, parang maliit lang na container. Kasi nagsa-start pa naman. Pero we are aiming also for budget. If budget warrants, why not?
Yeah, and if the business model works, no? Parang if the product is kumbaga boom sa market, why not maybe you can ask funding from the government na pag-invest, no, or maybe some private investor, right? All right. Ayun. So this is actually very exciting, no. Personally na enjoy mag-interview ng mga ganitong startups yung parang hindi siya yung kumbaga parang digital technology pero this is actually what the country needs. Actually very important na pagtugunan natin ng pansin ang agriculture So we're very thankful for researchers, for academics like you na bukod sa, of course, may teaching part kayong ginagawa, pero you're also creating products na actually malaki possible maging impact sa society as a whole.
And another, sir, is the price difference. Ang 1 gallon namin is worth 350 pesos only compared to 1,000 to 1,200 sa mga inorganic na mga fertilizers. So, if you compare the price difference, makakahatak talaga yung product namin kasi mas mura.
So bakit hindi maglalato plus liquid? So kung mas mura na nga, mas healthy pa, and environmentally friendly, and locally sourced naman yung ingredients So I see no reason why. Kailangan lang talaga natin i-build yung business, yung economic side din ito, right?
Another thing, sir, is the production side. Kasi yung mga farmer naman natin is to see is to believe. So we wanted to apply this one through research. Then yung mga output talaga, yung yield. Kasi yield-oriented yung mga farmers natin. We cannot convince the farmer unless we have data that will show na ito talaga, compared mo yung produce coming from compared sa commercial at saka itong product namin. And gaano kalaki yung matitipid in terms of input.
Is payroll processing taking too much of your time? Introducing Sprout Payroll Starter. For as low as 5,000 pesos per month, you get a team of experts to help you with your payroll and HR needs. We'll help compute and process payroll, handle all your government compliance requirements, and automate timekeeping. Leave the payroll to us so you can focus on growing your business. Enjoy peace of mind with Sprout Payroll Starter.
Well, that's true kasi if you're gonna sell this product to farmers, ang farmers of course they plant, they farm. Pero at the end of the day, mahalaga sa kanila yung kita nila, no? As hanap buhay ito ng mga farmers. So, hindi sila basta-basta mag-try lang ng bago. Kailangan talaga mapatunayan muna na madadaig yung luma nilang kita, ano. So, kailangan siyang i-present sa kanila ng ganong approach, ano. Yeah, pero puntahan muna natin yung story nito, no. So, paano nga ba nagsimula ang Lato plus Liquid as a startup? And I'm also curious, like, paano nyo ginawa yung research nyo? So, did it take years then before you had this research na yung parang formulation nyo right now? So, gaano katagal yung research na yun? And how and why did you think of now turning it into a startup? So, yeah.
And the funny thing about this one, sir, is ganito yan. Pinatawag lang kami. Kasi after pandemic or during pandemic, one of our the research coordinator of our campus is gusto niyang magpa-patent search and everybody is invited. And kasi meron nasa isang department lang laman kasi kami ni Ma'am Melanie. So we think na pwede kami mag-collab and outright doon mismo sa venue, and
so, hindi
we
pa
discussed
magkakilala na pero
on the product. The product ay hindi pa namin napag-discussan. So during sa venue, what if ganito, kasi meron kaming mga research na ganito. Pinagtagpi-tagpi namin. Then we come up with this idea on Lato plus foliar biofertilizers.
So, can I ask lang, ano yung research nyo individually before you collaborated?
Si Ma'am is focused on
soybean. Mga grains.
Production din.
Production. Sa corn, sa soybean.
And for me is lettuce, pak choy, and actually this is one of my treatments in my dissertation. So I apply this one in Cavendish banana to suppress diseases and at the same time to boost the growth and yield of Cavendish banana.
So yung research nyo, it's in yield improvement, ano? So part na nito talaga yung fertilizer, yung pag-formulate ng bagong fertilizer. So it's really part of your research. So yun din yung parang advantage ng mga ganong workshop or parang ano ba yung pinatawag kayo? Ano bang
patent search?
Patent search. So talagang gustong i-advance din ng university. Kumbaga yung research and to have patented products out of it, ano. So, yeah, moving forward, kamusta nga ba ang farmers ecosystem sa Caraga? Kasi of course sila yung parang magiging market nyo, ano. So, can you give a perspective sa gaano karami and gaano kahalaga, gaano ka significant yung farming population dito sa Caraga?
In Caraga, sadly to say, we are one of the poorest provinces in the country. But in terms of the status of the farmers and fisher folks, ay madaming farmers ang Caraga region. In fact, we are the top producing in terms of soybean. And of course, we are also producing rice in Tandag and San Miguel. And another is devoted din ang region in terms of upland rice, coconut, and in fact, in Tagbina, we have the tagline, the land of aroma, because of the coffee production. We are the coffee capital of Caraga region.
Pero ayun, actually nakakalungkot, no? Bakit yung mga regions ng Pilipinas na gumagawa ng pagkain natin, yun pa yung mahirap? What are your thoughts on that?
Madami ang una, kasi experience namin sa academe, yung pinupapunta doon sa agriculture na course, I usually are bagsak sa other courses or hindi gaano malaki yung average sa high school, pinapapunta sa agriculture kasi agriculture lang. Yun yung sad reality eh. And now, we are producing not so good na mga agriculturists because first step pa lang sa college level, yung reject, sorry for the term, yung mga reject from other na mga departments or colleges, kami ang sumasalo. Yun yung sad reality. Another is yung ang population ng mga farmers ay aging. Kasi sila din mismo, yung mga anak nila, wag kayong mag-agriculture. Kasi puro lang yan plowing and plowing and plowing. Yun yung nasa utak. Mag-teacher kayo kasi ganito, ganyan. Ayaw nilang madumihan. Yun yung isa. And another is political. We cannot stop them kasi napakahirap yung mga ang mga political na side. Yun yung mga isa sa mga reasons why yung agriculture side or area is very
ay nako. Pero I
Yun.
mean, nalungkot tuloy ako sa usapan na to. Pero it's a sad reality. Parang parallel nga rin siya sa pagiging sa aim ng country or sa aim ng country na maging marketable, maging market ready. Fino-focus yung mga ganong industriya and mga ganong careers na kumbaga into the international market. Pero yung mga back-end na actually super halaga like agriculture nakakalimutan Parang sa fertilizer lang din yan sa pagiging market ready ng fertilizer. Possibly nagiging toxic na rin siya. So
ang daming move ng Department of Agriculture, ang daming move ng mga nasa academ, but we are giving less attention to the person who are working behind the scene, and those are farmers.
So siguro yun din yung kinaganda in the future na, and that's kudos to you agricultural startups, agri-aqua startups kasi if magkaroon ng future yung industry ng agriculture, kumbaga na farmer businesses are really profitable, mas madami mahihikayat into farming. And doon mas mabibigyan ng dignidad yung farmers na hindi na mangyari na parang napupunta sa agriculture yung mga second rate parang priority na.
Dapat lang.
At dapat lang ang
Sa
agriculture.
governance.
Pero kayo, bilang ganito yung estado ngayon, saan nyo na nakukuha yung hugot nyo to move forward? Meron ba kayong share na
For me, sir, kasi parang nasa dugo na din namin kasi yung system or nasa sistema na namin yung pagtuturo. We are inculcating our students the relevance and the importance of agriculture that plays pivotal role, especially in our economy, since Philippines is an agricultural country, and we cannot move forward to become a developed country unless hindi natin pagbibigyan ng pansin yung sa agriculture. And at the same time, makikita din namin sa mga parents and it's heart aching to see farmers in the field, especially during our extension program, na parang nasasaktan and they have so many experiences to tell us and frustrations and other na mga heartaches in terms of the government support and other na mga supports kasi usually sinasabi pa nila mabuti pa yung nasa academ kasi hindi pa sila kinukunan ng pera compared to other na mga agencies in the government na kukunan muna sila ng pera saka ibibigay yung other na mga benefits. Yun yung mga some of the dilemma of our farmers. And yun yung mga ano yun sa Tagalog? Nakakadurog ng puso
Yeah,
namin.
nakakalugmok actually. I mean, grabe no kasi somehow may narrative na rin sa ang mga Pilipino sa Pilipinas na farmers, ayun nga, mayaman ang lupain ng Pilipinas pero bakit naghihirap ang mga magsasaka, ang farmers ano. So, may ganun tayong knowledge, may ganun tayong narrative pero hindi natin magawa ng paraan. Sa tingin ninyo, what should happen para para umangat yung agriculture industry? So should it come from the government or should it come from like the business side na like people like you who are kumbaga pinapataas ang profitability ng mga farmers? What do you think should
For me, it should be a collaboration of all agencies, not just an Department of Agriculture, and the academe, the private sectors. This is a battle wherein collaboration of everyone will win in battling this problem, especially in agriculture. This is not a problem one department. This is not a problem of the farmers, but this is our problem. Why? Because all of us are consuming commodity.
Yeah.
As I always emphasize to my students, all of us eat 3 times a day, but not all of us plant. And that will create problems in terms of our consumption. Kasi nasa thinking ng mga tao, we will work and work to create money. But try to think also, why not plant to reduce your work in earning money because you have the commodity in your table ready and safe also for your consumption.
Yeah. Ay. Pero totoo no, this is a battle of the country as a whole na sana mas ma-realize ng mga tao kung gaano kahalaga yung kumbaga ang ganda sabi mo na we work to get money pero makakain ba yung pera? 'Di ba? At the end of the day, kapag pag nagka-pandemic, hindi makadaan sa mga hindi makalabas ng city, yung pera mo mawawala yung value niyan. Hindi ka makabili ng pagkain Pero at the end of the day, ganun kahalaga yung mismong gumagawa ng mga pagkain, Kaya so malaking bagay na pag-usapan yan. So maybe that's for another episode Pero pag-usapan muna natin na andito tayo ngayon sa TBI ng Tara Agri Aqua. So how did you join the incubation program and ano yung parang motivation nyo coming into this?
Honestly speaking, this is my first time to hear this Tara TBI. We are invited by the CSU or SICARD last month in RSTW at Butuan, Robinson's Butuan to showcase our product. Then we also invited by SICARD again in research experimental station in Trento, Agusan last July 5. And doon napag-usapan about our product kasi ang focus namin is towards patent. Yun lang yun. We are not aiming for commercialization. So, someone asked me if I am willing to join and be part of this Tara TBI. And of course, who are we to refuse a good offer coming from an agency na magbibigay support for the commercialization of our product. And this is why we are here to ink the MOA and to start for this good venture of
pero
ours.
actually, yun din yung kinaganda na actually it's like a state support na yung mga research ng mga state universities kasi kayo yung mismo nakakaalam ng community, kayo yung nakakaalam ng mga problema. Kayo yung gumagawa ng panibagong solution. Pero at the end of the day, we still need to make that economically viable. We still need to make it a sustainable business. So, doon ang pasok ng TBI na I think that Tara Agri Aqua incubation program is 1 year. Parang it spans yung paggawa ng mismong MVP na market ready and then actually making it a full-fledged business, no? So, what do you expect? So, about the future naman ni Lato plus Liquid, So, what do you expect like maybe in 1 year, 2 years, ano na ang stage ninyo? Do you imagine na that you're selling this to farmers? And maybe paano nyo nakikitang binibenta ang fertilizer? E-commerce ba? Or sa mga markets ba? Sa mga... Yeah, so what do you think? What are your like expectations in 1-2 years and your future plans?
So, we expect it to be commercialized na para maraming farmer na pwedeng maka-avail or makabili so that they can really they will appreciate the essence of biofertilizer. So, para ma-realize nila na hindi sa lahat ng panahon na they have to use inorganic fertilizers. So, sana this will become sustainable the for the farmers to really apply.
And one of our moves now because of this Tara TBI is, of course, since our product is organic, we claim it as organic. So we opted to apply for BOPS certification para to qualify talaga na organic ang product namin. And at the same time, since I am a fertilizer and pesticide authority accredited na researcher, so pwede ding i-conduct namin to other commodity to add on to our products na or commodity na nagamit na. And of course, yung production kasi namin ngayon, sir, is yung parang DIY lang muna. With the given budget if warrants, of course, we will make our production area na qualify talaga for commercialization. And at the same time, i-increase yung production namin kasi we are not just aiming for money. Kasi bayad naman kami sa university and we have good promotion sa JC. So, meron naman kaming ganon. So, this is our payback to the farmers. And of course, help the farmers na reduce on the over-reliance on the synthetic biofertilizer and pesticides.
Ayun, grabe ang puso dito, ano. Pero yun, let's end this conversation on medyo happy note naman, no? Medyo malungkot medyo nakakalagmok yung pinag-usapan natin kanina. So, on a grander perspective, so yun yung parang vision and future plans for for Lato plus liquid foliar biofertilizer. Pero like on a larger perspective, like yung farming mismo, what's your vision for like the farmers in Calaga, in Surigao, even in Butuan, or actually anywhere in the Philippines? Parang ano ba yung nakikita yung dapat na estado ng mga magsasaka sa Pilipinas, and how are you helping them into that? And ano ba dapat yung parang mangyari na ano ba dapat tingin ng mga tao sa farmers?
The farmers in the Philippines deserves the same respect with the engineer, lawyer, doctor, scientist, because we are feeding them. And of course, the same status with the other country, developed country, wherein mayayaman yung mga farmers. That is our dream. And I hope this will not become a perennial problem. This is our dream nga nabibigyan din the same respect our farmers sa ibang mga professions. And in terms of production naman, sir, this our product, we are aiming also to help the farmers na to elevate their production and at the same time their income. Kasi yun yung pinaka mahalaga na we wanted to help our farmers increase their income, of course, to sustain their livelihood, and at the same time continuous yung ma-encourage namin yung madaming mga baguhan, yung mga younger generation to dwell and to invest into farming kasi meron talagang pera sa farming. Madami talagang pera. You are not just making business, but you are also feeding your soul and your body. And that is farming. Kasi kung hahawak ka ng lupa, kung gusto mo talaga ang pagpa-farm, Amoy pa lang ng lupa, it's therapeutic.
Yeah.
It's therapeutic.
Yeah.
Amoy pa lang ng simoy ng hangin ng sa rice field, it's therapeutic and it relieves stress. And that is how we envision this. Of course, our together with mom na kasi nasa academ kami, yun yung pinaka fulfilling na merong magsasabi outside na you help a lot in our farming endeavor.
Yeah, tsaka maybe to add to that lang sana mangyari na pag sinabi mong businessman, hindi una mapasok sa utak natin is parang yung naka-suit and tie, may building, kundi possibly a farmer, right? Possible naman magkaroon ng parang ganung mindset na pag sinabing businessman sa Pilipinas, a farmer kasi it's really a business And speaking of that parang pag inisip kasi natin business, like maybe yun nga yung may nasa building, nasa may suit and tie, in order to make those businesses productive, there's technology. Ngayon, like for farmers, kayo actually yung katumbas ng ganung technology. Kayo yung nag-i-increase ng productivity. And somehow, yung mga ganitong business like fertilizer para mga productivity/yield support for farms, ito yung mag-boost ng profitability ng farmers tsaka ng industry as a whole. Kasi if farming is a profitable business, more people will go into farming. So, somehow, nasa inyo din ang susi ang solusyon. So, I admire so much for doing this and I give 100% of my support sa inyong startup. And really, really, ang ganda ng mga napag-usapan natin and sana nga ma-achieve natin yung ganong Pilipinas na mataas ang respeto sa mga farmers. Farming is a profitable business and at the end of the day, meron tayong kakainin kahit na mawalan man tayo ng connect sa outside world kasi maybe each city or maybe each household has their own farm. So, ayun, maraming salamat sa Lato plus Liquid Foliar by Fertilizer. If our listeners want to know more about you, maybe you can connect them to social media channels or website or maybe your Facebook pages. Yeah, so invite them to connect with you.
Before I will give my contacts, I will end my talk. And of course, you can live without your cell phone. You can live without your gadgets. You can live without your work, but you cannot live without agriculture. So for more information, you can contact us at Northeastern Mindanao State University, Tagbina Campus, and our Facebook page, Jezreel B. Paulite, and our my YouTube channel is Jezreel B. Paulite. And of course, you can email us through jbpaulite@nemsu@edu.ph.
Okay, sa akin naman, Melanie Lisayan for my FB page. Then, for my Gmail, lisayanm@gmail.com.
Yeah, so thank you so much and it's actually an honor for me to hear these stories from you, to hear these perspectives for you. So thank you so much for sharing, not just about the startup, but also about agriculture in its bigger perspective. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for this opportunity.
Thank you very much to our 48 patrons. This episode is super powered by AskLexPH Academy, our official e-learning partner. Get certifications on Lean Six Sigma, project management, data science, and more. One CFO, CFO services, bookkeeping and tax, and payroll processing for startups and small businesses. Tuala, privacy-focused digital experience for sharing identity information across Web 2 and Web 3 ecosystems. Wonderbrand, next-generation data science-driven brand strategy and design company for emerging markets. Doon, Philippines' first fully insured peer-to-peer car-sharing marketplace. And Space Cebu, global co-working space, private office and meeting rooms for startups, digital nomads, and freelancers. Mamiki Super Pet App, the Philippines' first ever one-stop mobile app for pet products and services. MarketMind Local, a digital marketing company focused in helping small and medium businesses. Mata Technologies, Philippines' premier provider of virtual tours and maps for LGUs, real estate, tourism, and private businesses. Hire Business Solutions, provider of the most configurable cloud-based payroll system in the Philippines. Smile, consent-driven digital employment verification service to make smarter decisions faster. DVCode Technologies, IT solutions specializing in software development, blockchain smart contracts, digital wallets and cybersecurity. Drive Manila, Philippines' largest peer-to-peer car rental community. Ignite Careers, career matching platform for Filipino talents and hiring companies in the outsourcing industry. Looking for buy and sell online with Sigurado sellers. NutriCoach, personalized nutrition and weight loss programs for you. Benjoy's food products, Domo Premium Bacon Ends, Tapa and Tocino. ROC.ph, our creative marketing partner. Get unlimited digital marketing services monthly. This episode is powered by Contact RFID Business Cards, CodeSham, Kazam, Jure.ph, Big Giant Games, Founders Launchpad, Packetworks, Uplift Codecamp, Pareto Consulting, Agile Data Solutions, Hassel PH, Board Prep, Zales, Sirius MD, Pahatid PH. Please support the podcast through the links in the description.